Hello and welcome to episode 7 of the Intel Room, your Assassin's Creed Rebellion podcast, where we talk about everything that's going on. And a fantastic time to be talking about what's going on. So much happening today. But my name is Rob. I'm joined, as always, by SirAlex,
Hello, ciao.
by Khaleesi,
Hi.
and of course, Charlie.
Hello.
Okay, so the hottest news in town has to be the arrival of Jacob. So we are going to go through his skills, his loadout, break down everything we know about him, give some thoughts. We'll also talk about the implications of getting Jacob and Evie and not seeing a Syndicate event. And also today we got a surprise drop of 5 more campaign missions. So we'll talk about those and what that means for the future of the Norway campaign. So let's start with Jacob. We got the reveal earlier this week. He has officially entered our games about 30 minutes ago as of recording. So we can all get a good look at him. So SirAlex, let's kick off with you. What do you think about Jacob? How do you think he looks? What are you thinking of this skill set?
Right, okay. We need to talk about Jacob. Okay, so
Your favorite?
well, yeah. Let me grab first my hold
Your top
on.
hat.
No. They were here. Just a second.
Glasses?
Nope. No, I thought I had some facts to give about Jacob, but I can't find them. Must have been the kids. Lord bless them. Jacob, he looks amazing. That's I have to be fair on that. He looks really amazing. I hated the top hat in Syndicate, like really with all my heart. But it does look cool in Rebellion, have to say.
These are clean though.
Yeah, I mean the look is fantastic. To be fair, all the latest heroes have been really, really good looking, and Jacob is no exception. The kit is interesting. I think it's the first like pink hero, who's also like a dagger user, which
Yeah.
is interesting. It's something new, so I'm actually fairly, curious about it and can't wait to try him. The skills is in themselves sound solid. So he has assassination, which like I'm sorry, EV fans. So yeah, it looks solid. I can't wait. I'm not sure about because he has like medium armor, and then enforcers are supposed to do like big damage, and I'm not sure how much he will be able to do with just a dagger. But he has a skill that lets him like hit I think 3 times. That he has more damage when he's dealing with a single enemy. I mean, the kid sounds very interesting. Probably stronger than like Eevee or fairly balanced. He's one of like I like heroes who can do like enforcer, but he also has assassination and the kind of multi-tool heroes. So I'm actually looking forward to Jacob, which is like insane.
Revelation.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. DPS, dagger user, the new skill you were talking about, mutilate. Jacob savagely attacks his target multiple times. And I think once you rank him up to rank 5, he's doing 115% damage on each of those 3 hits. So, 345% damage is pretty decent. What did you think, Khaleesi, seeing Jacob?
I I do really love the mix and match in skills, the DPS plus assassination. I do like heroes that have a combo of skills. So he does really look very decent on paper. I am really looking forward to see how he performs. The skills look really interesting, a very good combination of stuff. So I think it's going to be fun to play. Brace of pistols, which means initiative, and that's he really looks very solid. I was not expecting that, to be honest. Um, but yeah, I'm really looking forward trying Jacob out. It does seem to be very good.
Yeah. And Charlie, what do you think about our boy from Crawley?
Oh, loving him. Absolutely loving him. Especially with the top hat. I've been playing through Syndicate quite recently. Live on Twitch if anybody wants to pop along. But yeah, I've been playing Syndicate. I like Jacob. Maybe it's a British thing. Maybe we get the British sense of humour a little bit more.
Yeah, you do.
I think he's such a cheeky chappy. I quite like him. So yeah, being introduced to the game was awesome. Love the top hat, especially like someone from England. I think we can appreciate like kind of the nostalgia and like the gentlemanship that the top hat brings. So I think he looks absolutely awesome. His abilities are banging. The fact he can get initiative, I don't think is going to be a problem for him anyway, because I think most dagger users are 1.0 speed, aren't they?
0.75.
Yeah. So initiative he's going to get most of the time. So being able to, get initiative most of the time, get your stunning blow off, get your mutilate off, and that recharges in 3 ticks. So if you haven't managed to kill him in that time, by the time they pop out the stun, you'll probably have to wait 1 more tick, and then you can unleash it again.
Yeah,
so
exactly. The stun is 2 ticks.
Yeah, so I think you're going to well, the stun's 3 ticks. It said, I think.
Yeah, it's 3 ticks. Yeah.
Oh yeah, once you're at rank 5. Yeah.
So he could just be a monster, like just literally get in initiative quite a lot of the time, even without the brace of pistols, and just do some devastating damage without really getting hit. So yeah, lovely mix of a hero. I think I'm really generally looking forward to playing him, like DPS with a dagger, something we've not seen before, and just his abilities are just. There's a bit of everything in there. I always like a hero that's fun to play. So being able to assassinate, Evie should, in my eyes, especially now playing through the game freshly, Evie should have got the assassination. I don't think there's any ifs or buts about it. Jacob's more of a brawler, more of a cheeky chappy thug than an assassin. But what it is what it is. But you've now got a hero that can assassinate, that can get initiative with the brace of pistols, can stun people, can absolutely shred them with the mutilate ability. He just sounds like a really fun character to play, and I generally really am looking forward to him coming to the game.
Yeah, his passives help as well, right? Because one of his passives is the 20% crit chance when facing a single enemy, and the other one is the 50% chance of getting a 15% bonus to attack and defense.
Yeah, so he's going to be doing absolute damage, and having medium armor as well, he's going to be able to take a hit a little bit better than a few of the others. But yeah, just for a single target enemy, and obviously you can mix the brace of pistols in to take a higher health enemy down if you need to. But you're going to outspeed most swordsmen, most longsword enemies. So sometimes you may not even need that for the initiative. So really looking forward to him. Really, really looking forward to him.
Yeah, I really want to see what his attack stat looks like once you've got him ranked up. Because if he's got a decent attack, like you say, he is going to be a problem.
Yeah, it depends on the how the legendary weapon will build him out as well. Whether it'll actually give him a little bit more attack, a little bit more crit chance, and it all depends what the attack stat of the weapon's going to be as well, because it is a dagger after all. But if the attack stat's about 2k, I think you're looking at a very good time. I think.
Do we have any legendary daggers already?
Cleopatra's.
Yeah, Al-Mualim.
Yeah, how is that weapon?
We also have Al-Mualim's.
Right. Okay. Do you not
we're talking about the Bold Eagle right now. It's in the game, so we can look at it. So let me grab this up. Yeah. You go to your weaponsmith right now. You can see it.
Awesome. This game keeps on surprising me.
There you go. It's all there. So
luckily enough, I've got no one working in my weaponsmith. Shockingly,
it adds up quite a nice bulk of.
The weapon has the passive skill Brawler, which is improves your martial prowess and fitness, which is health and attack are permanently increased. So that's another nice one. Weapon damage is 1.6 to 1.7k. You're getting 100 health, 180 defense, 10% crit chance, crit bonus, 10% dodge. A little bit of lethality, so
Lethality, you mean?
lethalticity, excuse me.
Lethalticity, that's it. And
Yeah,
the miss chance is only 5%, which is good because
it's a solid weapon. I don't see that there's no agility start. So, and he's also like, he's an enforcer, so he probably won't be, which is, it's peculiar because, he used a grappling hook. Maybe it's actually because of that. He used a grappling hook because he can't parkour, like, Hano, for example. So maybe that's why they gave him the grappling hook, and that's maybe why he won't be able to jump in Rebellion.
He has actually got a little bit in his navigation on the. If you look at the wheel, he's obviously maxed out in DPS. He's got a little bit in a fair bit in assassination, but he's actually got a little bit in navigation as well. So.
Oh, that's so maybe the base start is good. Oh, that's interesting actually. Let me.
Yeah, it's interesting because I don't have any level 1s to compare him to, but yeah, agility 28 base stat.
Wait, that doesn't change, does it? Like even if you level up
it does increase with levels.
Yeah,
I
think that stealth navigation. Yeah, I don't think like DPS is already max. It's not like level 1 or level 50 will make it more than that. So navigation is just that. I'm not sure like heroes like Darius or people who don't have the navigation skill, like the free runner skill, and how.
Well, somebody like Bayek has 35 base.
Even female Eivor,
this is 28, so it's
free
yeah,
runner.
but she has the free. Yeah, but she has the free runner.
Yeah, but even at the best of times, that's still well ropey. That's still like a 30% odd checks.
Yeah, female Eivor is 35 base stat agility as well, so very similar. Very similar.
Yeah, the thing looks a bit like Darius, for example. So, like the diagram, the value looks quite a bit like Darius one, which is okay. I mean, for an enforcer, he's probably going to actually be fairly good.
Yeah, it's not bad agility. It was an interesting choice to reveal him with the zipline picture as somebody who can't use a zipline in the game.
Well, okay, to be fair, there are a lot of images being used with kind of strange combinations. Like there's one with Maria using a spear, or Claudia, or something like that. It's just, I guess, visual.
Yeah, it's a signature thing anyway for Syndicate, the grappling hook. So it's, I mean, it makes sense. So yeah.
No, it's cool. Any more thoughts on Jacob? No,
why is he in? Yeah, why is he in Hakers for the Animus?
Well, that is the next question. Because obviously we got Evie right before Christmas, right? She arrived in Echoes through the Animus as well. Obviously, Jacob has arrived via the same route. I knew when Evie came out, we thought maybe when Jacob comes, we'll get that Syndicate event. Obviously, it hasn't happened. So at this point, we have to think we're not getting it, right? I mean, anyone can jump in on that one, but...
No,
No, we're not getting it.
No.
Which is a shame. Yeah, I mean, like, the Industrial Revolution was just such a great time. Like such an epic, time for visuals and things like that. I think a lot of people do enjoy that era. And I think a lot of people have said that I'd have spoken to that, all right, Syndicate might not have been their favourite game, but the setting was one of their favourites. And I think they've just missed out on something great. I think someone said, like, it was in one of the Discords, like, just imagine doing the synchronization or a leap of faith off the top of Big Ben in the game. Like, how iconic would that be? But it worries me because I can't see us getting any new event possibly this year. If you want my truthful opinion, I think we may get what we spoke about in previous episodes, which is the campaign missions, which is basically a Helix Rift event just ramped up in difficulty every 5 levels. I can't see us getting a new event. If they're not going to bring out a new event for 2 new main series heroes, then I can't see where the next event's coming from, if you want my truthful opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it was the Syndicate event, it was the Unity event with Arno, and then AC3 and Connor. Those were the 3 I was like, for sure we're going to get new events for. And obviously it hasn't happened. So concerning. Like you say, I desperately wanted Victorian London.
It
Don't know
was a
if it's me
perfect
being.
opportunity.
Yeah, and like last week when we were playing through Dead Men's Gold, I was like, this looks so great. They did so many cool things here, just like playing through the ship level and like looking through the hole in the bottom of the ship. And it's like, oh, there's so much detail. It looks so cool. I would have loved for them to, spend some time on that setting. But yeah, Khaleesi, what do you think? Bummed out?
Well, yeah, a bit. I mean, realistically, for us veteran players, new events are actually very exciting and we like them. I mean, at least for the details, at least for um, like the Dead Man's Gold, it has some new mechanics. It's not something big, it's not, but it's interesting for us and we like to see those. So, yeah, I'm a bit bummed out. I would like new events.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
SirAlex, do you think it's a problem, like the number of events we have in total? Do you think, if they did add events for these, three main series games, would we have too many to like rotate through? Do you think that's part of the concern?
It may be like people are already complaining about like I haven't seen this hero in 2-3 months. Like it seems
Mm-hmm.
they're struggling a bit to rotate the heroes like fairly between each other because there's too many, in the same events. But if you like doing less events, also means having more and more heroes rotating on the same events too.
Mm-hmm.
So the variety of like will still suffer. And I don't know. Like I hated Syndicate. Okay, so I didn't like it at all. But I was very hyped about the setting before release, much more than it was for Unity, for example. Like
Mm-hmm.
French, Italian, we don't go along very well. Um, and I liked London. I ended up liking Paris more, but that was just because I liked the game more. And I would have really loved a Syndicate event. I think that when we realized that Eevee was not coming for a Syndicate event, it wouldn't be fair to a character like Eevee to get a Syndicate event without her, with only Jacob. So I mean, we could see this coming. Still, it's kind of disappointing because does it mean that Rebellion won't have any more events? Because if you're really sacrificing like two main protagonists on a random like on Acres for the Enemy, which is like the fodder event when everyone who doesn't have a place go. It's like I don't know. As you said, like Syndicate, Unity, AC3, and
Yeah.
maybe Rogue were the ones where you say, okay, those are definitely going to get an event, and that's it. Like you could have that would be it. You have an event for any main title in the series, and then if new games come out and blah blah blah. But I don't know. It's worrying. Like I'm legit worried for Arno at this point, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't like it as much as I didn't like Syndicate. I didn't. I don't think it's fair towards the game to get the heroes this way.
Yeah, because I would put Syndicate and Unity kind of right next to each other in terms of, they were released right after one another. They were both on the newer generation at the time. And obviously, I mean, Syndicate came with two heroes and couldn't get an event. So yeah, Arno. What do you reckon, Charlie? Would you think Arno or Connor would demand an event at this point if, with this
Well, I
established?
mean, I've not played them games, but I know through just being around the discourse and that it's what the player base want. And as Alex said, every main series protagonist should have their own event. I think it's only fair to really the franchise and the legacy they've kind of built that these, you know what I mean, that you carry it on in this game. So, yeah, I mean, obviously, people like certain Assassin's Creeds for certain various reasons, for the settings they're set in, for relationships to characters and things like that. Me being from London, I know Alex doesn't like Syndicate, he doesn't like Jacob, but from someone from London who's actually visited these places in game, like I can relate to them, and I was gutted there's not a Syndicate event. I really am, because it would just be nice to see like the place where I actually live in a game. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And Connor does demand his own event just through pure popularity and through the fact that they have helped carry the franchise all the way up to Valhalla. So yeah, I do worry. I do worry that I mean, I don't know how long it takes them to develop a level. I don't know how long it takes them to go through it. I can only surmise and only hear from what rumours I hear. I'm not one for rumours, but it does worry me that this wasn't at least planned. So you've got a game, we're going to bring out Assassin's Creed Rebellion. Right, 2 years down the line, we're going to release these heroes. Let's make sure they get their own event. You know what I mean? And that doesn't seem to happen. And it's just going to get to the point now where if Arno does come in, where is he going to go? Like, where are you going to throw him? You're going to throw him in Horatio's Rebellion just because he's the only hero in that one and that's the only one that's got some free space in it? That's what worries me. And I do think these main heroes from the game do demand and have earned, really, their own event.
Yeah, I'm worried for sure. I certainly now don't think that both Connor and Arno will get their own event. I think at this point, I hope one of them does. And of the two, I'd rather see Revolutionary France than, Northern America. But yeah, it's a worrying sign. I guess like having more events is a problem to, schedule it in. But having more heroes is also a problem to schedule. Like you say, we've got so many heroes in our events now. We spend a long time waiting for one to come back. And I get the X's and O's that making a new event probably doesn't make any money. Like we're going to go after the DNA regardless of whether there's an event or not. So I know it's probably tough to justify, but yeah, from the player's point of view, I think we're all disappointed. But yeah, Khaleesi, what do you think with a possibility of Arno and Connor down the line? Do you think even one of them would get an event?
I don't know. I mean, so far the situation doesn't really look very promising for them, but it is very crowded in the current events. Like Mask of Ibis has currently 5
5, yeah.
heroes. Yeah,
I think 5 is. I don't think they would
5.
go higher than 5, surely, right?
Well, I don't really know.
Well,
I
then
mean,
what do you do? Like,
we don't
are we
know.
that far from that?
Well,
Yeah,
it'd be nice if they got to the point where they said 5 is the max we'll do, and then once they've got 5 in every event, then they're forced to bring out a new one. I don't know.
I don't know. I guess that maybe some sort of a permanent place where you can kind of retire some events, but make them available at leisure,
A lost chapter.
or something. Yeah, I think that might solve the problem a bit with overwhelmed schedule for events. But I don't know. I would love a new event. That's just something that I would personally look forward to. I haven't played the main series, unfortunately, just a few of the Assassin's Creed games um, that I really enjoyed. So I can't really relate to each and every character, but as Charlie said, it's just something that you hear about from being around the community, and it just gets to you. Of course, I would really love to have both Arno and Connor have their own events. At this point, I'm not really sure that that's a possibility.
No, I think we'll just have to cross our fingers at this point. And yeah, if they came out and said, Connor's gonna be the next one added to Echoes, but Arno does get his own event, like I would take that as a win at this point, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
I think we have 5 events with like. Don't get me wrong. I like ACR original heroes. Okay. I think we have 5 events plus ACOs. 5 events that are like completely new, original for the game, and I think the game needs original events too. But if I was told before getting these 5 original events that those 5 would have locked me out of events for Arno, for Syndicate, for AC3 or for Rogue. I don't know. I would feel like you can fit Najima and Muza on any of them really, because they just original stuff. Like yeah, just put them in the Syndicate events. Who cares? They're just original heroes that you can randomly get as a progression or in rotation
Or
of
even think about
one of the
Hunter's
main
Hounds,
events.
right? That was a main game DLC, which got its own
Yeah,
event.
like, well, yeah, don't get me started on Odyssey, but yeah, I mean, that's like, that's a bit different because, like, you're trying to ride the, the flavor of the week. So I can understand why we got an event based on a DLC. I could actually, the sad part is that I could see a DLC based on like hunting fucking werewolves in Ireland, instead of like getting Paris or London or which is, it's a bit sad. I understand it. I'm not saying that it doesn't make sense, but still, from an old AC fan perspective, it's just a bit sad. I think original heroes could fit better on events for main protagonists rather than the other way around, and like main protagonists fitting on random events because they don't have their own space.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like I say, I think we're just gonna have to hope for the best in the future. I hope there is at least, one more event from one of these characters we haven't seen yet. It would be nice, even if we have to wait for it. I think a lot of people at this point would rather, wait for a Unity event rather than have Arno next month in Echoes. But we'll see, I guess. Let's move along, because we, as of about an hour ago, just got a surprise update that we have now got 5 more campaign missions for Norway. I know we've talked on this podcast a bunch that, we kind of knew we had 5 more missions coming, but if you've looked in your game now, some of us have had a chance to play it at this point. 25 is here, but it also confirms that there's going to be 30 because you still can't finish all the DNA. I saw on the official server earlier, Bunny, confirming that it's going 30 missions long. So, reactions, Charlie, what do you think about learning that?
Yeah, I was gobsmacked. I wasn't expecting it today, to be fair. I was that unprepared for it that I've actually desynced every single campaign mission. So I can't do it. I'm gutted. I am gutted. So over the weekend, I'm going to build it up. I think I am actually going to have to plan now. I'm going to write out my teams for 21 to 25, I think, and then try and fit everyone else in between. But I was shocked we were getting another 5 on top of this, if you want my truthful opinion. I think we're getting very thin on heroes when they're locked into
30 is a lot.
Yeah, especially with the amount of heroes we've got at the moment. But
yeah, we're actually 10 short right now. I think Jacob is our 82nd hero.
Yeah.
We would need 90, and obviously we can't use the Avors in this campaign, so that means we're waiting for 10 more heroes.
Yeah, I mean, you can't use Joro in one of them, but obviously you can use her in the other 4 missions. So, yeah, I was shocked that it was announced today, to be fair. I thought they would have made a little bit more of a build-up of it, just to kind of hype it up a little bit more. They didn't. So, but it's good. I mean, especially now they're including these heroes in Helix Rift events. I mean, Jorah was in one, Bazim's been in one. So at least we're now getting these fragments that are actually for us able to take these ones in with the proper sync bonuses into higher content, because obviously we're able to get more fragments from now. But yeah, I'm interested to see what the difficulty will play out like, and yeah, it's just obviously when's the next lot going to drop, because as you said, the hero's short for it at the moment. So
yeah, for sure. I'm assuming it's going to be a ways away. Although I saw a post from Bunny earlier saying that we're not going to have to wait 6 months for the 30 missions. So
maybe they'll drop another load of campaign heroes like they did when the campaign was first released, maybe.
I think they'd have to cram the heroes in time, right? If we need another 10 heroes in the next 6 months or something.
Do we want really another 5 Vikings in the game, in all fairness? Probably not, to be honest with you.
Well, I assume that would be a perfect window for
How
campaign
could you
2, right?
hunt werewolves otherwise?
Or
yeah, I know.
unicorns.
Yeah,
I
or
mean,
unicorns. At
Or
this point, bring
dragons.
it on, man. I'm giving up. Yeah, sure, bring it
yeah,
on.
Well,
I
Alex is
mean,
all in on unicorns.
yeah. So yeah, I would like to see a bit more diverse heroes than just the Vikings at the moment. I mean, we've had what 8? Well, Bazim isn't a Viking, but he's still from the game.
Yeah.
But we've had obviously the Avors, Sigurd, Yara, Della, Stone Eye, Bogey.
Yeah, it's
You know what I
9 all
mean?
in, I
So,
think.
yeah, so it would be nice to see a couple of different heroes thrown in to the mix, but they're going to have to do something because obviously they can't release the content if we're unable to physically unable to complete it because we haven't got enough heroes to complete it with. So, but it'll make it a challenge when there is just exactly 90 heroes in the game and you've got to take every single one of them into the missions.
Hmm.
I suppose you're going to have a little bit of forward thinking about what you're doing and things like that. So, yeah, you have to use have a little bit of a workout of what you want to do going into it. So, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, what did you think, SirAlex, when you learned it was going to be 30 in total for this campaign?
Well, I wasn't expecting the update today with the new 5 missions, and I've completed them already. I think that I was expecting to get more, like 5 more missions because of how the DNA was distributed so far.
You
I
didn't think
think,
they'd have crammed in that much DNA in
yeah,
these
it was
5?
yeah, just by judging from the previous missions. And while I do look forward for the last 5 because I was able to complete 21 to 25 fairly easily, like mostly like in duo or solo from like with strong units. But I think I was left with 4 units in total. So the last 5 missions will definitely require me to, the sync and try to rearrange with new heroes. New heroes are probably going to be like crappy ones or
Hmm.
low ranked, so not much use other than like fodder along with. And if I don't want to resync from the start, which I definitely don't want to do, then I think that's going to be the challenge more than like whatever HP they're going to give to the enemies in the last 5 missions. However, I hope that if we get another campaign, there won't be 30 missions. Like, if that's how the DNA is given, it's just too much. It takes way too long. Um, it's not even about Besim, it's about the others. Like, you get the rares and the commons max so late in the game, even for like a new player, that they just made them useless. I think we talked about this several times. So
Hmm.
I don't like how the DNA is given right now. I think 30 mission is a bit too much.
Like, stay at 25
Yeah,
something?
25 is probably soft. Yeah, the right, a good compromise between 20, which it's probably be too short, and 30, which is just way too much. The fact that it's always the 5 missions repeated over and over and over doesn't help, obviously. Um, but still, I think the campaign is a nice concept, especially for a new player. It is just amazing. But right now, the DNA you get from this type of mission is not very rewarding at all. So
Hmm.
I do hope that the next campaign, if we get another, will have less than 30 missions.
It was interesting seeing the reaction on the Discords because I think a lot of the end game players are like, oh, fine, I'll just go run another 5 missions. It doesn't really matter. But then there was also this tier of players who are like, oh man, I only just scraped through 20 missions. I have no idea how I'm going to figure out, how to beat 21 through 25, which I
Yeah.
thought was pretty cool. Yeah, Khaleesi, how did you feel reacting to what's happened this evening?
I actually did the sync everything already,
Good
and
job.
anyway, my plan was to go over everything from start to finish. So, okay, hearing that you basically have 4 legendary heroes left out of the whole roster is a bit concerning. I guess that yeah, we do have to do some planning to do 30 missions. That's going to require some planning. Now, I don't know. When I did the campaigns for the last time, I did I just used all the commons, then all the rares, then epics. I just simply went from the lowest heroes up to the strongest ones. That's not very strategic. I didn't really think much about who I'm going to use and what mission. So yeah, okay, I felt, oh, okay, I need to go back and get a navigator here. But yeah, I think that the last 5 missions will be quite tricky, even for us that have quite a huge roster. I think that for people who are joining the game right now, um, mid game players and such, the last 15 to 10 missions are going to be extremely difficult to finish.
I couldn't even beat mission 10 on like my level 25 account or something because you
Precisely.
just run out of heroes.
Precisely. You run out of heroes, you do not have the resources or the means to simply go and level up everyone. You can't even level up everyone that you have to get them up to your brotherhood level. It's simply not impossible. Sometimes you can't even bring your main heroes up to your brotherhood level. So it's going to be a long voyage for mid game players, I think.
Yeah,
And
I
this,
wonder if like when we've got the 2 campaigns, like SirAlex was saying, you're not getting enough DNA from the campaign itself to, help you. But I wonder if, you go into the Norway campaign and you can beat like mission 8 or 9, and then you go into the second campaign and maybe you can get to 8 or 9, but then you've got like, 6-ish heroes, like 3-star plus. Maybe you've then given yourself enough to nudge forward another mission. I don't know.
to be honest, I'm hoping that this is kind of a work in progress. This is the first campaign missions that we are getting, the first time that we are having this concept. So I'm kind of hoping that if we do get another themed campaign missions, that they are going to reconsider the way that they distribute the DNA, and of course the length of the missions too. Um, the event itself, the Raven's Wound is really a beautiful event. But just replaying that so many times over
Mhm.
again is just, it's not enjoyable anymore. No matter the reward that you get in the end, it simply stops being enjoyable.
Yeah, that's why I hope if they're considering future campaigns, why not go back to Spears for Hire? Because, that's at least 10 missions. So
Yeah,
it's half
it's
as much repetition. And nobody remembers that event because it was so long
no.
ago.
No, I've been playing for about 2 years, and I didn't actually get to see that event. So that would be a very nice change, actually.
Fingers crossed on that one, I hope. But yeah, no, I'm intrigued. I'm certainly intrigued to see what the next 6 months looks like. Just to be able to run these last 5 missions, the 26 through 30, we're going to need a slew of new heroes. So I think that's exciting that there's going to be so many new faces joining our brotherhood. But no, we'll see. I'm looking forward to it for sure. Has anybody got any final thoughts on the campaign? Cool. I think we've
We
wrapped
talked
it.
about it
We've
quite a
talked
lot.
we've talked
Yeah.
about the campaign a bunch. We don't need to talk about it anymore. It was a surprise drop today,
Yeah,
which is intriguing to see.
totally unannounced. A surprise for sure.
Cool. Well, thank you for your time, everybody, and thanks to everybody who listened. Hopefully, we'll get to do another one of these fairly soon once we get some new juicy gossip. But until then, take care. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Thank you.
See you
Ciao.
later.
Bye bye.